And now, Action News Now Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is a live look right now of Hawaii, where Hurricane Douglas looks like it's about to kind of, I don't know, make some rainfall over there. You can see some dark skies out there. And Brian, I know you've been tracking a lot of the hurricanes and the fire that's been going on out there.
Yeah, so there actually have been several hurricanes. One hit Texas yesterday. Now we got one hitting Hawaii. This is actually going to be the third hurricane in modern history to make landfall in Hawaii.
That's
crazy. Yeah, it's actually some pretty big news. It's pretty interesting. But of course, I do have a look at that hurricane here, and you can see that as it traveled, could you take, there we go. Yeah, so let me go ahead and play this for you. You can see the track on the image there as the hurricane headed west directly towards the Hawaiian Islands. It strengthened to 90 miles per hour, so that was a strong Category 1 hurricane. Now it is sitting just off the coast of Hawaii. Now there's no guarantee it will make a direct landfall, but if it does, it'll actually impact Honolulu the most, which is actually the capital of the state of Hawaii, which is just to the west of the current hurricane. But let's go ahead and take a look at that cone, and it does look like it'll get pretty close to impacting Hawaii there, and it even shows maybe reaching Category 2 status as it makes landfall. So that would be a pretty strong hurricane as far as Hawaii is concerned. Usually this time of year, those hurricanes turn into tropical storms or tropical depressions before they even reach Hawaii, because the waters are usually so cold out here. But that will eventually head out west. These little icons are colored, so that means it'll turn down into a tropical storm, then down to 35 miles per hour once it gets past the Marshall Islands. But a look at the current radar. We're seeing widespread showers and thunderstorms across Northern California. So let me zoom in on some of those thunderstorms for you. Let's start in Siskiyou County, where you can see lots of those thunderstorms right there on Highway 97 heading towards I-5 right there in Siskiyou County. And then we did have another thunderstorm in southeastern Siskiyou County that looks to be dissipating at the moment. Another thunderstorm. This is going to be in eastern Shasta County and western Lassen County. This right here is actually Old Station. I actually have that one little city memorized. It never pops up on my map. That's where it is, and that's where all those lightning strikes are actually taking place right now. And one thing we want to watch with this, with these lightning strikes, are lightning fires. So you see this thunderstorm that passed right over Lake Almanor. There's Chester right there, and there was a little lightning strike over here. There's actually a alert wildfire camera pointed at that right now, which actually shows some smoke from it. So we might actually be seeing a lightning fire out there right now. Hopefully CAL FIRE gets on top of that. I have yet to find out any more information on that fire, though. And as we head farther south into Plumas County, you can see Quincy right there, a little lightning strike just south of Quincy. That thunderstorm heading west towards Tobin, and then another one just north of Portola looks to be strengthening at the moment. But I have a live look in the valley, and yeah, the valley looks a lot different than the mountains. You have all those thunderstorms in the mountains, but in the valley, the live look in Butte College, nothing but sunshine at this hour. So it's pretty fantastic weather if you're in the valley, but we will continue to see those mountain thunderstorms today and tomorrow. But once we get to tomorrow, the thunderstorms might become a little more widespread, believe it or not, in the mountains, and some of those thunderstorms might actually make their way into the North Valley. So I'm talking southern Shasta County and northern Tehama County, all the way down to Red Bluff. Could actually see one or two thunderstorms for tomorrow. So we got to keep a close eye on this. The main things you want to watch with these thunderstorms: lightning, very gusty winds, and of course heavy rainfall could happen at times, which could cause some minor flooding at times. Now, we do have a red flag warning in place, not today, but for tomorrow, and this is because of the better chance for dry thunderstorms tomorrow. That has led to that red flag warning being in place all day tomorrow. They could result in lightning fires, especially when the lightning strikes that dry vegetation, and then thunderstorms usually have gusty winds associated with them. So those winds will gust out and actually spread those fires pretty quickly. So that's one thing I'm tracking very closely here in Northern California. Now, these are mostly going to happen in the afternoon and in the evening. Now, the current temperatures right now, very, very hot out there. We're looking at widespread triple digits across the valley, 90s and 80s in the mountain locations, even some hundreds out there right now. But tonight and tomorrow in the lower Klamath Mountains, those overnight lows will be in the 60s, highs hitting the 90s and the triple digits. As we head into the Sierra Cascades, overnight lows getting into the 60s, and those highs getting close to the 90s, but thunderstorms will also be possible all the way down into the ridge. That's right. Overnight lows in the 70s, highs in the 90s, but thunderstorms could be possible all the way down into Paradise. Now the Sierra foothills overnight lows will be in the 60s. Highs will be getting into the 90s out there. Then as we head into the North Valley, it's getting very hot. Overnight lows in the 70s, highs in the triple digits. But the farther south we go, the cooler it gets, but not that cool. Still going to be pretty hot as you head into the Central Valley for tomorrow. Now for a look at Tomorrow's forecast, it's National Chicken Finger Day. I don't know if you love chicken fingers, but I love chicken fingers. My favorite chicken finger place is actually called Lane's Chicken Fingers. It's only in Texas, so I'm actually going to be visiting Texas next week, so I'm kind of excited about that. But the weather's going to be very hot out there, highs of around 100 degrees. As for a look at that 7-day forecast in Chico, we got a high of 99 degrees for you for tomorrow. Still staying pretty hot as we go to Tuesday, but getting back down to 95. Once we get to Thursday, 96 on Friday, then triple digits again by Sunday. As for Redding, a high of 104 for tomorrow. That little 20% in there is that slight chance for a thunderstorm. By Wednesday, we're still in the triple digits, but hopefully we can dip into the 90s on Thursday in Redding, then back into the triple digits as we get to next weekend.
Wow, looking at those triple digits, Brian, I really think I need to bring out the sunblock. I mean, I live out in Redding, and I'm feeling that heat every day.
It's like you're just, slipping in the oven. Bacon.
Is it baking or maybe just a little bit of roasting? And I'm telling you, I'm getting a little bit tan because of living out here, and I kind of like having a little bit of color on me.
I need it, that's for sure.
Well, thanks so much for that, Brian, and stick with us. We'll have more news coming up right after this.